Wait, is he still alive or dead, though? That's the real question. I have a bad feeling about this SCP, guys. Let's just get into it.
SCP-5000. Why?
Why
the
indeed?
SCP Foundation is an organization cemented in its goal of using its considerable resources and capabilities to protect humanity from the anomalous.
Okay.
One of the questions we'll be looking at today, however, is what would happen if that same organization instead used those same resources and capabilities to destroy humanity.
Ooh, okay, interesting. They have so many SCPs at their disposal to do this, right? So I'm kind of curious what this ends up turning out to be.
The other question is, of course, the one presented in the title of SCP-5000, and that's why? What would or could corrupt an organization so completely that they would betray everything they once stood for?
Easy. It's money. It's money. It happens every day, bro.
Strap yourselves in. It's going to be a wild ride.
Let's go.
Despite that buildup, SCP-5000 itself is pretty benign, with a safe object class, kept in a standard.
Interesting. I didn't realize this was going to be an object. I thought it was going to be like an event or like something like that, right? I didn't realize it was actually going to be like an object. Okay. Now I'm very intrigued.
The object in question is a mechanical suit, currently broken, with its internal schematics identifying it as an absolute exclusion harness, designed by none other than the SCP Foundation.
Bruh.
They created an SCP then? Huh. I think is this the first time I'm reacting to an SCP that has been like created by the Foundation? I think it might be.
Based on what they can deduce, the suit, when functioning, would provide the wearer with a number of protective benefits, but currently it's only capable of basic file storage. It's the files contained in the suit's storage that we're really interested in.
Huh.
The suit first appeared in a flash of light, probably not unlike a Terminator's entrance, within the containment cell of SCP-579. The suit, upon arrival, contained the corpse of a man who apparently died from hitting the ground after a long fall. The corpse is genetically identical to a Foundation employee named Pietro Wilson.
Wait, is he still alive or dead, though? That's the real question. Or is he dead? Is this like a clone?
Who is currently working at an exclusionary site, a facility similar to SCP-3936 that is created using a technology making it immune to time or reality restructuring events.
Oh.
In other words, if the world were to undergo some sort of drastic change that altered history or the reality of the planet, the personnel inside an exclusionary site wouldn't be affected.
Oh, okay. I'm starting to piece some things together already, guys. So I'm feeling like initial prediction of what's going on with this SCP. This SCP is maybe storing files important to the reconstruction of humanity, right? Or maybe it's SCPs that would exist after, like, the world got wiped out or something, right? That's the vibe I'm getting. That's my prediction straight off the bat.
The actual living Pietro was, of course, interviewed and prodded, but he has no knowledge of the suit or the info in its files.
Oh, that's creepy, dude.
Speaking of the files, let's finally get to it. The first journal entry is from, of course, Pietro, who says that the date is currently January 2nd, 2020, and he's just escaped from the exclusionary site. Some individuals had entered the site and killed everyone else, thoroughly, but Pietro managed to make it to the suit. He explains that things started about 6 or 7 hours ago, when a mobile task force entered the exclusionary site with proper clearance, gathered everyone in the canteen, and started shooting.
What?
Pietro's just a technician for the site's power grid, so he's really not sure how the suit works, but its primary function makes it so that others can't recognize that they can perceive the wearer.
That's a lot of big words.
In simpler terms, it functions sort of like an anti-memetic device, and it makes the wearer undetectable to others.
Oh, so we're talking like an invisibility thing? They could have just said it makes you invisible, bro. Like, what?
As he makes his way to the safe house, he hears explosions in the distance,
Oh,
hoping that the
jeez.
Foundation sent in some teams to deal with them. Pietro is happy to find bottled water when he arrives at the safe house, as he apparently has been trudging through a desert, even though another function of the suit is to sustain the wearer's body. After resting, he boots up some of the computers at the safe house, and is quite shocked at what he finds. The message reads, "The following is a message composed via consensus of the O5 Council.
Oh.
For those who are not currently aware of our existence, we represent the organization known as the SCP Foundation. Our previous mission centered around the containment and study of anomalous objects, entities, and other assorted phenomena. This mission was the focus of our organization for more than 100 years. Due to circumstances outside of our control, this directive has now changed. Our new mission will be the extermination of the human race.
Huh?
There will be no further communication."
So this just went out to the public. Oh my gosh. Like, I can't even imagine what the pandemonium was like off the back of this. That is wild.
That's right. The Foundation declared war on humanity, but interestingly, they had the decency to let us know first.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm realizing... I just realized that the Foundation did maybe the dumbest thing ever here. I'm sure this is going to be revealed as part of the big plan. But if you were trying to exterminate humanity, right? The easiest way probably to have done this is just to put a picture of Shy Guy in the message that they had appear on all the screens, right? And just broadcast it. Like, why is there extra steps?
SCP-096 is an entity that relentlessly pursues anyone that sees its face until it slaughters them.
Okay. Let me actually say this before I get pulled back under. YouTube will not tell you when I post. It just won't. So hit the bell or you'll have no idea when I'm back. Okay, back under. Come on.
The Foundation circulates a picture of its face on various social media platforms, causing it to tear across the globe until its photos were taken down.
Like, see, this makes sense. I can't believe they're actually explaining exactly what I'm saying. This makes sense to me, but then they're just posting it on social media. Like, just post it on a TV, put it on billboard screens, like, put it on that message that went out, right? Like, the SCP Foundation's got to have the ability to put it on, like, every screen anywhere. Like, they can do all sorts, guys. They've got nukes.
SCP-610, an extremely infectious and deadly disease
that
rapidly distorts living tissue,
Flesh that hates,
was released in many major cities, including New York and Delhi.
Yeah.
It spreads quickly, but is eventually halted through the combined efforts of the GOC and the Church of the Broken God.
Oh my gosh, I forgot. There are other people who would be working against them in this, which again makes even more sense of like, why would they not just take over all the screens and get it like done in one like foul swoop, right? Get it done quick, set off all the nukes in one go.
SCP-682,
oh yes,
the hard-to-destroy reptile, is simply released.
Yeah.
Which is bad enough. Next, we get some news footage of a reporter at an evacuation tent in Sweden, set up by the Global Occult Coalition.
Okay.
Patients are being treated by doctors in full protective gear, and the reporter repeats the GOC's orders to all residents that have not already evacuated, that they should seal themselves inside of their homes as quickly as possible.
Oh, jeez.
A doctor calls out to a nearby GOC soldier, telling them that a patient just died, and they should get the eraser ready.
Eraser?
The reporter runs out of the tent into a field containing a number of similar tents. In the tent she just left, a loud buzzing sound can be heard, and several flashing lights can be seen. Thick smoke pours out of a gap at the top of the tent. The reporter recovers herself and continues, telling any residents still in a compromised area to keep a careful watch over those around them, and if any of them begin exuding a noticeable minty smell, they are to be quarantined immediately.
Minty?
This is all very likely a reference to SCP-447, a small green sphere that exudes a greenish slime.
Oh.
The slime is edible, with a minty taste, and has various enhancing properties, but it's incredibly, horrifically dangerous if it ever comes into contact with a dead body.
Really?
What exactly happens is expunged from the record, but it's bad enough that the GOC is working diligently to completely erase dead bodies from existence before it happens.
Oh my gosh!
With all of the supplies in the safe house and the exclusion suit, he could survive for years here. But he's conflicted between sitting there without knowing what's going on in the world and not really wanting to know what's going on.
Ooh.
He recounts a story from his youth when he was really into detective tales, and he set out to find what was knocking over his dad's potted plants. He set up a camera and found it was a stray cat, and his dad
I was literally going to say it's a
kick
cat.
it to death.
Oh my god! Well, that took a turn. Oh my gosh. Chill out, bro. Holy.
Stray cat, and his dad proceeded to kick it to death. He figures that everyone would have been better off if he had just minded his own business. In this situation, though, he'd rather do something than nothing, and with the exclusion suit, he can simply be a tourist at the end of the world.
Oh, that's true.
He leaves the safe house and heads towards Site 19.
Somebody's gonna find him, right? Like, someone's gotta get him? I mean, I don't know. I guess nobody's coming. Nobody can even, like, see this guy. Like, I take being chased over this. Like, being chased at least means that somebody knows that you're there, right? He's got nothing. And we still don't even know why. Like, he doesn't even know, right? That's, like, the part that is really messing me up with this one, you know? Like, I sit with the dead all day, and I've never seen anyone this alone. Let's watch.
On the way, he manages to spy on a Foundation MTF in a clearing, lined up in a row. The commander of the team proceeds to pull out a knife and stab the first soldier in line in the shoulder, to no effect. The commander continues down the line, stabbing each one in the shoulder with no reaction, until reaching the 8th soldier, who cries out in pain. The commander shouts that they've got a live one, and the rest of the soldiers open fire on the 8th.
What?
Afterwards, they move out, and Pietro grabs some supplies from the body before burying it, quite confused.
Yeah.
Moving on, Pietro catches a radio transmission, although it sounds practically like gibberish. The message is, 7, 5, can you hear me? There is a hole shining in the holes between your eyelids.
What?
I have never been to Versailles before. I want to be loved. 9, I am standing behind you now.
No.
5, I am 2 of us, standing behind you now. Let's ignore most of the text for now and just look at the numbers. Continually looping numbers, 7, 5, and 9. Or perhaps 579. We know SCP-579 is relevant to the overall proceedings, but not sure why. Pietro comments on how far Site-19 actually is from the safe house, since he can't risk using a vehicle without being spotted.
Yeah.
With the exclusion suit on, nothing can notice him, but something could come barreling through and collide with him unintentionally.
That's true.
He wonders why he's even going to Site-19, as rather than staying out of harm's way, he'll be jumping into the Viper's nest.
What would you do if this was you, right? Like, if this was you and you had the choice to do this, would you do it?
SCP-1440 is an old man that continually walks the Earth and causes increasingly destructive events when nearby anything connected to humanity.
Old Man from Nowhere. We did a reaction to this one. You should go check it out. It's like kind of a sad story. I feel bad for this guy.
Destructive events when nearby anything connected to humanity, unintentionally. He's normally not contained by the Foundation, as they have no means of containing him. So they transport him to a number of different refugee camps to cause rapid devastation.
Gosh.
It's most startling to note that 1440 seemed to have no effect on the Foundation personnel assigned to transport him.
Wait, what?
Suggesting that they are now decidedly inhuman.
That's actually pretty scary.
Some files were deleted between this and the next entry, and Pietro says that it's been 3 months since his last entry.
Damn.
The files in that period have been deleted somehow, and even worse, Pietro himself has no memory of the last few months.
Wait, what?
He finds himself halfway across the country from Site-19, scars on his body that he doesn't recognize, a bandage wrapped around his head, and he's carrying a briefcase.
What?
He's not exactly sure what's in the briefcase, but he knows for sure that it isn't round, and he needs to get it to SCP-579.
What?
Pietro is carrying an SCP in that briefcase, in fact. SCP-055. In other words, Pietro is carrying an unknown object, and wants to take it to another unknown object, 579.
Okay.
This exact scenario has occurred before, in SCP-2998. In that ordeal, when a strange alien race took control of humanity, a Foundation agent takes 055 into 579's containment chamber, fitting a round peg into a square hole, as it were, which resets the timeline.
Okay.
Pietro seems to be heading to do this exact same maneuver, but isn't sure why. More files got deleted, and Pietro is now standing outside of the site containing SCP-579. There are a number of instruments monitoring 579, but even without them, he knows that 579 is here because he can feel it.
Oh.
There's a hole in the floor that leads to 579, but it's not a direct drop, as Pietro hoped that he could just throw the briefcase down. Instead, it looks like he's going to have to jump down the hole and throw the briefcase on the way down, inevitably resulting in his death.
Ooh.
He knows who is responsible for this destruction, and how, but he still doesn't know why. He ponders why this is happening. Why did the Foundation send out those files? Why did Ganzir fall?
Yeah.
Why did he take this briefcase across the world? Why is he here? And why is he going to die? He begs anyone reading this to figure it out, and then he drops down the hole.
Oh, it's so sad, man.
We see a black image labeled as SCP-579, and then a final journal entry reading, "Oh, so that's how it is." I've already explained what happened there, bringing 055 and 579 together to reset the timeline, but it's finally time to explain why. Essentially, what they were released from was humanity, becoming outsiders like 682. This process involved a completely different way of thinking on multiple levels, as for one, they no longer felt pain, as shown in the stabbing test. They were no longer considered part of humanity, as shown by SCP-1440, which destroys anything nearby connected to humanity. The researchers that Pietro came across in Site-19 were missing a spark from their eyes, perhaps suggesting that they no longer possessed a soul.
Oh my gosh. That is so cool and awful for my business at the same time. How am I supposed to ferry souls if there's no souls left? Oh my gosh, dude.
In the end, maybe it doesn't really matter to find all the answers to the question why, as there will always be more questions.
True.
One of those questions might be, if this all happened once, why can't it happen again?
One ending. One ending, dude. This is a crazy SCP, dude. I'm mad. I'm mad, bro. Where's my obols? I'm not getting any obols. They're literally shutting my business down, dude. Damn SCP Foundation. Unbelievable, dude. I really love the mystery element of this. I think it's like very well done. I think it's super interesting, super cool. I understand why people really enjoy this SCP. I understand why it's one of the big ones, man. I don't have a joke for that one. If it got under your skin, I lined up another one that hits that exact same nerve. It's right there. Tap it and we keep going, and hit the bell, not just subscribe. Otherwise, YouTube won't tell you when I'm back with another video.